What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. Today's video we're going to take a look at PvE tier list for the classes. Let's get into it.
You'll scare the mice away.
Alright guys, so compared to yesterday, the PvE tier list is a lot squished, but the difference is a lot greater than in the PvP. So first, as you'll notice at the top, S tier is still the same guys, and that's because the attack and crit rate buff from Priest is huge, as well as the Marksman, and in PvE you're able to set up with the Marksman scatter arrow and do your timings as you wish a lot easier, as well as when you get to higher tiers of Path of Fire Sword, you're going to need both of these buffs to actually crit those bosses at the higher tiers. This gladiator right here is the best way to heal in these PvE game modes, especially ones that don't allow fire, thunder, thunder form. Then we go into A tier. Judge and Mechanician both get a big upgrade for PvE, just because their innate issues in other game and PvP isn't seen in PvE. So even if you're in, like, let's say guild boss, Priest would be the best, but remember that Priest attack and crit rate buff affects everyone in the area. So really, if you want to, it aged like fine wine. My guild boss build of Judge and Mechanician is probably still really good. Even Marksman Mechanician can be very good as well, but you really need at least a couple Priests on your team so that you can always have that attack and crit rate buff going on. Like I said, Judge, with Judge, you have to watch your timings, because when you're using your skills in your rotation, when you do the await empowered version of your skill, it reduces the cooldown. So in PvP, for example, I like to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then tornado. So that tornado is close to coming up is a great CC move in PvP. In PvE, I like to do Firebird as my first empowered skill, because it allows you to start a rotation where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, empowered Thunderbird, Frostworm, Thunderbird, because of the innate cooldown cut, and then you can do an empowered chain, which then cuts the cooldown of the chain, which lets you become ready of the 1, 2, 3, 4 using all your base skills in order, letting you do a third empower in a short amount of time, and then you start a rotation like that as you go. Mechanician, you just set it and forget it. You just press your 4 buttons and then switch to whatever your other class is. So like Mechanician, you put down your spiders, all your abilities, and then you swap to Marksman, and then you AFK do your thing. Down here in not Gladiator, Berserker, it's a lot better than in PvP, because it won't instantly die to a one-shot, but it's obviously not as good as Gladiator. The healing is just not there, and in higher tiers of Path of Fire Sword, it won't last. But in things like Hook, Captain Hook, or some other elemental realms, this is the single best one you can get, because it has a built-in slaughter type effect. As you know, Hook doesn't die, and then the whole idea of the fire elemental realm is his HP goes low, and then you just wail on him. And in that one specifically, Berserker will be dishing out the most possible damage across all of these classes. But that's a very, very specific game mode, very, very specific boss. And then we go into down here, armor, where armor can do good damage in PvE. You can full nether fire any boss you want. The main issue it has is it's nowhere as good as Mechanician in PvE. Wind Chaser could honestly probably be down in C tier, just because its main focus is for PvP. But I have seen some really, really high level Wind Chasers in PvE bust out some honestly surprising damage numbers, even and compared to these other classes. So I bumped it up to B tier. Let me know down below what you guys think. Until next time, guys.